Good afternoon. Oh no. Oh man, I know. I've made coffee and I've left it at home. Oh, I haven't. I brought it with me. But I forgot the cup. Damn, blast. Hold on though, wait for this, wait for this. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. That's so much better. Can you see it? Oh, look, you can see it here. Or, watch this, hang it up. Where can I hang it that you can see? So cool. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. It's a camping fan. And after trying to look for Jacqueline's chicken fan, that turns out to be a duck. Sounds mad, I know. And in fact, she sent me a picture and it is a duck. But that looked really cool. And I was trying to find that, but I ended up finding this instead. And this is actually turned out to be a bit of a godsend because you can actually hang it upside down. And it's rechargeable. So Margaret Buck, your idea was really good. You said this when I'd already ordered it, and you were 100% right. And I mean, I can't. It's difficult to do this one-handed. Let me see if I can put you down. Hold up. Can you see? Yeah. So, you know, yeah. Oh, I don't want to blow my paper away. It is, and all the reviews are really good. Oh. So that clips in actually. Didn't notice that before. So I have this kind of. This isn't a review, by the way. I've just paid for this £25. It was reduced from. Can't remember the actual cost. But can you see the blue light? Yeah, there's the blue. That's it, fully charged. It has a charging, like a. I think it's a Type C. USB, whatever they are, charging things, and then they have this. But this is the perfect answer for the shed. I don't think I'd even bother getting although no, because I wouldn't leave it open. I wouldn't leave the windows open while I'm not in here. Yeah, and getting on from that, all your comments are so helpful. Oh, I'm going to borrow this cup, Penny. Oh, brilliant. Probably good to have a spare cup here. I'm just going to have to clean it out. Okay, hold on. It's got all sorts. Oh, I'm just going to clean it out. Don't look, it's probably not very hygienic, but you know. Germs are sent to strengthen our immune system. Some germs anyway. Maybe not the worst, the terrible ones. Yeah, perfect. Right, hold on, I've got to get my coffee. I've got so much to tell you actually, because just before I came into the shed, my camera stopped. My camera stopped working, so I was taking it all apart, and guess what flew over? You won't believe it. The blooming red arrows. Oh, right over the allotment. Oh my God, it was brilliant. And I'm kind of paranoid now because it's the Clacton Air Show today, apparently. Yeah, I think it is. So they were obviously going home from that because they were heading towards London. Well, you know, wherever they live. I don't know where they live. They weren't heading towards Clacton, I don't think. Yeah, the whole full-on. You know, they weren't doing their smoke coming out the back bit, but they just flew right over the allotment. Beautiful. So that was a massive bonus. But the irony is I couldn't film it, because if I was doing, I could have quickly just, because I would have had a good shot. Oh. Anyway, cheers everybody. Thank God I got a cup. I wouldn't have had this if Penny hadn't given it to me, so thanks Penny. It's a mighty good cup, this. Oh, look at this, I'm getting breeze. This is, and it's not even that hot. Oh. Although it can, I think, yeah, it will be. And even if it, just for argument's sake, imagine if suddenly it turns to autumn. I mean, it's late August. I've got a fan for the next summer. This is perfect. It's absolutely brilliant. And I could hang it from here. I could have a, yeah, I'm really chuffed. Solved the problems, all those months of sweating. I didn't know you could get a rechargeable fan. I feel like I've been living on another planet. Oh, so seedlings are still alive, so that's good news. I think the salad seed tape, some of them are germinating. We'll have a little walk around in a minute. I'm just going to have a couple of slurps. We'll check the paper mache. And I have to make more paper mache. That's why that's my main job today. And while we do, we can go over a few comments. Oh, I would be really interested to see how long this lasts for, this charge. That is so good. That is so good. That's like having extremely cheap air conditioning in your shed. Wow. And I'll stick it in the cupboard, in the, down underneath the worktop cupboard when I'm not using it. When I go. So there's, because this is another thing I want to get onto, but we'll have a little walk round first, and then I've got to start ripping up paper and then doing one bowl's worth of paper mache. I can come back to that. I'll just turn this off, save the battery while I'm not in it. I don't know how noisy that is. I have to admit that's one thing I can't tell on the audio, but it is what it is, and half flipping is nice. I really like that. Right, let's check the paper mache first. Oh yeah, so look at that. Brilliant. I mean, this is something I need to sort of put gunky, some sort of silicone. I think that'll be easy enough to do that. Like there, I can do that. That's easy, and that looks fine to me. I'm very happy with that, to be fair. And it's solid. That's not this has only had the one coat. I wouldn't even worry about a second coat on that. I mean, I'm probably do 2 coats on the shed, but it helps save the paint if I don't have to do 2 coats on the paper mache. Yeah. And thanks everyone for saying what they are. The Californian poppies. I absolutely love them. I see them a lot on my dog walks in people's front gardens, and I've always thought, oh, I wouldn't mind having those. What are they? I never knew about Google Lens then. So I'm just really chuffed I've got my own, and I can obviously, grow more, especially on the edges of the plot and whatnot. They're lovely. And this I really like. Look at this climbing nasturtium. I need to tie it up, but the flowers are really nice, aren't they? Really, really nice. So I need to tie that up, and I've got to cut this sweet pea because someone said, I can't remember who, but you're completely right. And I forgot to bring a vase with me actually, but I might use the cup. Look, I don't know. Hopefully these aren't going to get ate by dreaded snails and whatnot, because I did see a few snail trails. Nasturtiums have gone mad. Runner beans need to do some serious harvesting. I keep meaning to and then forgetting. I can do that. I've got loads at home. They've done really well. Very pleased with those. And sweet corn are great. They're still doing, I think. Do like this bit. It's nice and shaded. I think seed heads are starting to form, which is good. But one of you mentioned about patty pan squashes. That's brilliant. That made me have a look. I love that because I wouldn't know what they were called. And I've ordered some of those. So thank you for that. So they're definite next year on the menu, if you like. So I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, let's go and start tearing up some paper. Ooh. It's all fun and games. And I've got something else to show you as well. Look, this is a Taunton Dean. Thank you very much, Graham, for this, or alerting me to what it is. I'll do a proper close-up. And I want it here because I think it'd be better here than at home. Can you see that? I don't know if the lights... Oh, let's turn this fan on. Oh, man. You notice it when it's... Yeah. That is a cutting of a Taunton Dean kale, perennial kale. Very chuffed I've got that. That cost me $9.99 on Etsy. Free delivery. I couldn't wait to come here to pot it up. So obviously, you know, as it comes in the post, get it in a pot ASAP. So I did just that. And now I'll look after it while it's here in there. And you know, apparently, when you start seeing new leaves coming through, you know it's starting to take. It doesn't produce flowers. Well, it rarely produces flowers, so rarely produces seeds. And so cuttings is the way to propagate. But for 5 years, it lives for 5 years, and it's produced. It's a kale. And I think it was one of those Victorian, maybe earlier. You know that there was quite common in kitchen gardens in the large country estates and all that kind of stuff. Maybe even country gardens. You know, for the normal people, if you like. I'm really chuffed I've got it, so I'm going to look after that and hope. Apparently 2 plants are good for 2 people, but we'll find out. So I'll just let that one grow, and then I will take cuttings and propagate and get more. And in the future, for the patrons, if you want one, you can have a cutting, but we've got to let it grow, obviously. But that's something to think about. I'll definitely send you a cutting of that, and other seeds and stuff that I collect. You just got to let me know if that's what you'd like, because you may not have a garden, or you may only have, I don't know what your current setup is and all that kind of stuff. But oh, hello. The fan is just behind me, and it's on my back kind of, which is really pleasant. I'm really pleased about that. I want it near the paper in case it tears. In case it blows it away, which it would do. I've got a little pile already, quite a good little pile, so we should be making some actual paper mache. So we had thanks to everybody for your best wishes, etc. for Jack. I really appreciated that. It was so lovely of you. And he says thank you for them. He's done so well. We're really, really proud of him. He's done so well. So we did go out for a meal. We went to Miller and Carter. I haven't been out for a meal like that for years. So it was a bit of a scramble trying to find some clothes that were kind of nice enough, you know. It was really nice, really, really nice. And we got the bus there, so we could, you know, have a little drink, and got a taxi back, which was a real treat. And Jack ate a whole 12-ounce steak. Wow. We did get one of those deals where you can have for a set amount of money, starter, your main and your pudding. But by the time we got to the main, we were so full up. And you don't order your pudding until you you know, finish your main, and we just couldn't face it. And I bet that's common, you know. I bet that a lot of people forego the pudding because they're so stuffed. I mean, I wish I don't know if it was toffee, sticky toffee pudding and ice cream. Oh, I do have some pudding regrets today. But it was lovely, really nice way to mark Jack's achievement. So he'll be cracking on with his A-levels in September. All right, let me go. I'm going to look for some paper nearly flew away. Check for some comments. Oh, I've got a reply. Carol Longmore, you said I had to give up runner beans as my arms hated the leaves rash. The rash is awful. It's when they are hairy, the leaves, not my arms. Well, you know what? Yeah, courgettes and runner beans. I didn't know it could be runner beans as well. I didn't think about that. I'll have to watch and check that, see if it's, try and identify which plant it is. I'm pretty sure it's the cucumbers for me. They're very, and possibly the courgettes. So I can't remember your name, sorry, but it's plot NG6. To be honest, I think if you cover the windows, people think you have something to hide maybe. Well, you're not. Funny you should say that, but Al said that, and also so did quite a few other people on the comments section. All of you have said that. I actually think you're right, because if you hide what's in here, like someone can't see in, they're going to assume that you've got pricey equipment and all that, and I don't. All my tools are old. And I don't obviously leave the camera equipment here because I'll take it home to charge it and all that kind of stuff. So better for someone to be able to see it's just a couple of seedlings, a couple of old tools hanging. It's the strimmer's the only thing, but then I could always tuck that underneath. You know, there's a big gap or a big hole really underneath it. You know, the worktop area. That could easily be stored slightly out of sight, you know. Oh. So yeah, do you know, I'm going to send back the screen that I bought off Amazon. I haven't opened it or anything like that, so thankfully, and just leave as is. Because we enjoyed the view from here. I will clean the windows, or the glass rather. We really enjoyed the view from here over the summer with the lovely hollyhocks and all the roses and whatnot. And when I've noticed when I'm editing and we've got the light from there and all that, you can still see outside. It's really nice, you know, from a sort of visual point of view. So leaving as is. And I may not bother if this fan proves to be as good as it could maybe. I might not bother changing the glass because that's just a whole. Is it really necessary if you've got something that's workable like a fan like that? Because that's making all the difference. It's not as hot as it could be, so I need to test it on a really hot day. But it's when I turned it off and came back in, it was very close. You know, very close in here, warm and humid, really. Yeah. So. I've got high hopes for this fan. I am going to visit my dad in the middle of next week. Sorry, this week. So there may not be either a Thursday or a Wednesday vlog, but I mean I'll try. But it depends on, because we're going to go up and stay over. I'm really looking forward to going to see my old pa. You might be watching, so hello Dad. Oh, here we go. Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer Jennifer, it was you. Kerry, we used to grow yellow patty pans. They are delicious. Well, it was because of you. I've gone and bought some. Which I'm really chuffed about. And in fact, while I went to a website, I don't know if anyone buys seeds from there, if you're still growing, but Premier Seeds, actually quite reasonable. I'll put a little picture here of my order, because I also bought for next year cucumbers, a different variety from Market More. I want to try something different. I like those cucumbers, but I don't really want to have to peel them to eat them. So I've got some cucumber. I can't remember what variety. I'll pop it up here. Patty pans, they look amazing. I've never grown them, so I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for suggesting them as well. So I've got a lettuce, which I can actually sow now. Hi. I've got a lettuce, which is gourmet loose leaf cutting mix. You won't believe the amount of seeds, but how much was this for? £1.9p for 1,000 seeds. Asparagus. I've always wanted to grow that, and I never have. So I'm going to grow asparagus, which I'm very excited about. So they're coming, and how many were they for? That was £1.9p for 72 seeds. Wow. I mean, that's actually really good value. The patty pans, the yellow, so for 50 seeds of the squash, they were also £1.9p. And then the cucumber, now I don't know how to say this, it's EUPHYA. I'll put it up here. I can't say it. I can't say it. No, I'm not even going to try, sod it. 5 seeds for £1.89. And they're obviously greenhouse and can be grown outdoors. So exciting. And I've got my perennial Taunton Dean kale just to be getting on with. So the lettuce I'll sow as soon as it arrives. And I've got to think about peas as well, overwinter peas. And I'd like to grow carrots. Like, I think it might be you, Graham, who mentioned about it was you, Graham, because it was the same comment about the Taunton Dean. Oh, this is lovely, this fan. About growing carrots all year round, which I was very impressed with. You do grow them high up in tubs though to avoid the cat fly, so I've got to think about that and how would I do that, because everything's on the ground at the moment. Oh, and I have really good plans for the frog pond. Hopefully when I do a bit more research, I will be starting that soon, because I've found a really good YouTube channel. They've bought this derelict property in middle of Ireland, and they're a young Irish couple. Absolutely lovely channel. Diary of a Ditch Witch. She's great. She's absolutely fabulous, the girl. And they I mean, I say girl, she's like probably in her maybe mid-20s, I don't know. I'm that old, I can say that though, I suppose. But they're great, and it's their sort of how they bought the cottage, how much was it, and they've no experience of renovations. They just wanted to, the cost of renting in Ireland is going through the roof apparently in Dublin and wherever, because that's probably where the work is for a lot of, I don't know, but it's fantastic. I'll put a link in the description to her channel, but we've just found them, and she did a really great frog pond using now what would you call it? When you have little kiddies and you get those you put sand in them, but they're shaped like a scallop. They're quite large, they're probably about that deep. We got a couple for Rosie. Well, it comes, when I say a couple, basically they sell them as two, so you sort of put it over, one acts like a lid because of the sands inside and all that stuff. But we got one for Rosie to sort of paddle in when it's really hot weather. We don't need one, we only need one, we don't need two. But they're in the shed, and I have to go and dig it out. See, I hope it's still there. She used that, she put a pond liner on top. She had a big pile of crap, she called it, a BPC. That's what she referred to it as, big pile of crap. And I have that right by my shed, but she used a lot of that to build up the sides, as well as stones inside, and a really good idea of using a sort of small bit of wood with chicken wire going around it for little feet to climb in and out easily, and obviously aquatic plants. For her it cost under €50, obviously because it's in Ireland. But I was very impressed, and it really made me think, do you know what, I've got one of those in the shed. That might be, rather than not, I wouldn't have to dig, which would be, quite a good plan. Let me check the battery. Right, God, it is low. Okay, I'm going to be back. I'm going to turn you off just to preserve the battery and mix this, and I'll be back when it's all readily mixed. See you in a bit. So I'm just going to start on this corner. think I might have paper mache on my face. So look, that corner's done, and I did get behind the door, up there and along there. So I need to buy some more newspaper, to be fair. Do I have? I think I've used it all. Yeah, I do need to buy some the cheapest newspaper. So that's good. Good. I'm going to put this, let's have a look at how many bars we left. 4 bars still. I did turn it off while I was outside, but love this. Give that a last water, the Taunton Dean. Oh, and I've noticed the cabbage have started to germinate, which is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Oh my God. They smell absolutely beautiful. So my first sweet pea, I'm just going to pop them in here. I do have a vase at home, which I'm going to bring. I'm just using the cup. Oops, I don't know if you can see that. I'll just leave them in there. Hold up. Until I've got I've got a recycled vase. Anyway, on that note, everyone, take care. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.